good morning, and welcome to your Monday morning yoga minutes. I'm Audra Monk, and I teach at Mountain Spirit Yoga in Middletown, Maryland. And we would love for you to join us there for a workshop or a class. But we're always super happy when you find us here on social media. So give us a thumbs up, give us a heart, give us a like. Feel free to comment. If there's something you'd like to see more of or certain pose you'd like us to do, let us know, and we'll see if we can do that. So let's get started. Today we're gonna work on our leg strength. And a way that I really think of it to make it worth it for many of us is to say these are our muscles of independence. These are the muscles that get us up and down out of the chair, up and down off the toilet, in and out of the bed. If we should be on the floor, we can get up. And this is something that as we age, no matter how young or old we are, we need to strengthen. And it also will help our knees and our hips feel happier. So let's get to that happy feeling, but we're gonna work a little bit too. So sit in a chair to start, and for a moment, feel your feet on the earth. Good, feel them nice and steady, about hip distance apart, just very comfortable. And then roll your shoulders a couple times. Oh, roll them down and back. Inhale up and exhale down. Good, and then we're gonna let them settle. All right, let the belly pull in. So we're sitting up very tall, very strong, which most of us tend to not sit this way. So it's good to practice in our yoga practice for that. All right, so nice and easy. Maybe close your eyes just a moment. And bring your focus to your breath. And maybe set an intention. I want to be strong. I want to be able. I want to get around and feel good. All right, so whatever it is, give yourself a moment. All right, and then if the eyes are closed, go ahead and let them open. We're gonna warm up the joints a little bit before we ask them for work. That's another good thing to remember, is you should always kind of warm up a little bit. So we're gonna alternate legs. Actually, no, we'll stay on the same leg. So we're gonna inhale and lift a foot up. So the leg goes as straight as yours will go. We're squeezing the top of the thigh. Exhale, set it down. And we'll repeat. So inhale and lift, and exhale and lower. And our focus is to squeeze super strong by the knee. Good. So we want this leg to build strength. And this is a nice way to do it with non-weight bearing, pretty comfortable for most of us. Not that it doesn't mean it's not work, but that it's, relatively comfortable. Good. So we're lifting and lowering, and maybe we're imagining. Now you could add some ankle weights, but sometimes I think if you just imagine it there and bring that energy into the leg, you'll be all right. Good. All right, the next time it comes up, we're gonna keep that leg up, keep it strong, squeeze it in, and then point and flex your foot. Good, point and flex the foot. All right, and then flex it, lift it a little higher, squeeze the belly, and carefully bring it down. All right, let's do the other side. So inhale and lift, really squeeze the top of that thigh. Exhale and lower. And we'll let that repeat. Good, so we're building strength in the thigh. We're warming up the joints. Okay, we got a few more. So this is something you can take just, 3 or 4 minutes in your day and just do this part. That's a good way, a good thing to add in, especially if that's something you're really struggling with, is leg strength or getting up and down out of a chair. All right, the next time it comes up, leave it up, squeeze it strong, and then point and flex your foot. Oh, it feels really good. Point and flex. And then the next time you flex, lift it a little bit higher, and then bend the knee and bring it down. Good. Give a couple heel toes. Find a place in the middle and rock heel and toe. All right, and then take those heel toes, take them to one side, 1 or 2, and then the other side. Good, and do that again. So we're warming up the ankle joints because we need those to help us get in and out of the chair. All right, and then bring it back to center. All right, and then slide up on your chair, widen your feet. Good, and we're gonna take some very gentle circles. Come forward, and then circle one way. Good, and go that way again. And then go 2 times the other way. So we're thinking about the hips here a little bit. This is going to warm up our hips and our low backs. Good. And come back to center. All right, bring those feet in. Okay, so of course you could stop there, especially if you're at the beginning of a journey. It's okay. But if you got more, so what we're going to do is tuck our feet under, lean forward. So the hip is the hinge. My low back is straight and strong. My upper back, my shoulders are down and back. So that is straight and strong. And we're going to stand up. Use your hands on your thighs if you need to. Okay, so we are going to sit and stand, or stand and sit, or chair pose, or powerful pose. I love all the names. So find the name that works for you. Are you ready? So let's have a seat. And let's stand up. Good. And we're going to repeat. So when we're doing repeats, we are going to double check everything. Are my feet and my knees comfortable together? Good. Is my spine comfortable? If this is too much, could I put my hands on my thighs and slow this down? Yes, I could. Could I sit down, rest a beat, and then come up? Yes, I could. Could I do more? Could I come close and tap my thighs on the chair and not sit all the way down? Yes, I could. Isn't that awesome? So you can make it as much or as little as you need. Good. So I could do hands forward and hips back. I could do hands back and then swing them up. Yeah, so lots and lots of options. When I'm going, it sounds really silly, but I'm telling you, seriously, stick your butt way out. Yep, keep hip hinge really deep and sit down and then stand up. So you got the whole leg day idea now? Are your legs feeling strong? Is your heart rate maybe coming up a little? Totally fine. Do you need a break? Also totally fine. All right, if you've got it, let's do 2 more. We're gonna end standing. All right, so this is our last one, and I don't know how many that was. I'm a terrible counter. Pause here. So feet are comfortable. Shoulders are down and back. Belly's in. We're gonna breathe. Good. Eyes can be soft. Okay, give the heart rate a moment to settle itself down. Good. And as we do that, why don't, you know what? Actually, yeah, sit back down. Let's take the hamstring stretch sitting so we don't overdo. So slide towards the edge of your chair, stick one leg out and flex your foot. With this long spine, same hip hinge that we use. Hold onto your chair, lean forward. Whew. Yeah, feel that nice stretch. You can put your elbow on your thigh if you like. Good, breathing here. Make sure you don't fall out of the chair. There we go. If as you hold and breathe, more space opens, lean in a little. One more deep breath here. And then carefully come on back up. Slide that foot in. Slide your other foot forward. Leg as straight as yours will go. Sitting up super tall. Same hip hinges in the sit and stand. Lean forward. You can hold onto the chair. You can bring the front arm to the thigh. Ooh, I'm getting a lovely stretch in my hamstrings. And so I'm breathing here. Long, deep breaths. So I work the muscles and now I am stretching the muscles. So I'm just working them a different way. All right, one more breath here. And then slide that foot in. Okay, now come on back up. So tuck your feet in, lean forward, stand up. All right, so the last part of this leg day, and I think we did this part a few weeks ago, is we are going to talk, I'm going to move my chair out of the way a little bit, we are going to talk about how to pick things up off the floor. So the proper way to bend over. So I have my blocks in my hand, so I'm going to talk you through to put them down. If you don't have blocks, find something moderately tall, like a couple water bottles would work. What else would work? Something, you know, relatively lightweight, but that could stand up so your hands don't have to go all the way to the floor. Okay, so I want my feet hip distance or slightly wider, if that's better for me. The other thing to check is if it's better for you to have your feet angled out a little bit because your knees want to go that way, do that. Okay, so when we bend over, because you will need to pick things off the floor in your life, you just will. It's whether you're active or not very active, it's going to happen. So again, we're going to stick our butt way out. That's the hip hinge. We're going to keep our back strong, shoulders down and back, and we're going to bend our knees a lot. All right, shall we do it together? So bend the knees, slide the hips back, set your blocks down, and then stand all the way up. Okay, so we're going to do our repeats here, just like we did with the chair. So butt goes back, reach for your blocks. Stand up, go ahead and roll your shoulders back. And then repeat. Put them down and stand them up. There we go. So here we go. This is the fun now, is up and down. And then we will stretch our quads back in our chair. Okay. All right, so this is super important. I forget how many times a day we naturally pick things up off the floor, but imagine if you're rounding your back all those times, what might happen? Your back might start to hurt. And in this way, I'm going to have strong legs and a strong spine, and my low back is going to be happy. Is yours happy? It should be. Your legs might not be super happy right now, but that's okay. Sometimes we need to be comfortably uncomfortable. And let's go one more set. All right, then I'm going to put them down. Actually, I'm going to put them down out of the way, and I'm going to stand up. Good. All right, let's stand in Tadasana a moment before we sit back down. So find the feet really steady. Feet, lift up your toes and spread them wide and let the toes find the earth. Your legs are strong, your belly's in, roll your shoulders down and back so you're as tall as you can be. Tuck the chin just a little. All right, let's take 2 breaths here. Inhale, arms out and around. Look up if you like. Exhale, hands come to the heart. And again, inhale, arms out and around. And exhale, hands to the heart. Okay, so you could stop here, or we're going to sit down just for like 2 more minutes and stretch the quads, the top of the thigh, because we worked that part too. So have a seat in your chair. Remember to sit well. Butt goes way back. There we go. Okay, slide to the edge of your chair. Turn to one side or the other. Hold on to that chair, and we're going to take the front leg, let it hang off. So let that glute and thigh hang off the chair, and you're going to slide. Oh, that feels so good. You're going to slide your knee back. Press your hips forward. I like to tuck my toe. I've seen sometimes in my class people like to put a block under their knee. I kind of like the knee just to hang there. But the key is to press the hips forward and feel stretch here in the hip flexor and here in the front of the thigh. Good, you can roll the shoulder back, you can put the hand on the hip, and we're just going to pause and breathe here. All right, one more breath. And then we're going to ease that out. Excellent. Carefully turn back to center. And now go the other side. So turn to the side. Have one thigh and one glute off the chair. Slide that knee down towards the floor. Slide the foot back. I like the toe tucked. Pelvis tucks under. Oh, nice stretch here in the belly, in the hip flexor, and in the thigh. You can bring the hand to the hip. And we're just going to pause and breathe here. We need that 20 seconds plus to get an effective stretch. Hi, puppy. Okay, so we're going to pause and breathe. All right, one more breath here. And then nice and easy, we're going to ease it in. Come on forward. Last thing, we're going to take a little forward fold. Come to the edge of the chair again. Widen the feet. Shoulders down and back with this deep hip hinge and a long spine. Lean over. Good. Elbows can be on the thighs or hands can be on the thighs. And we're just going to pause and breathe here. It's a good spot to pet your dog. All right, and one more breath. And then gently ease your way back up. Legs come back together. And there you go. Muscles of independence. Thank you so very much for joining me today. Thank you, and namaste.